my name's Dylan, and for my Ignite presentation, I'm doing why the U.S. should convert to the metric system. I think this is a very important change that should happen in the U.S., and hopefully my presentation will tell you why. So, have you ever watched an episode of a sitcom or reality TV show where the whole plot of the episode is based on two characters just having a misunderstanding? I used to hate those types of episodes, but sometimes they're very relatable for me. So I'll give you some background on myself. I'm a first-generation immigrant to the U.S., and so some things you do in the U.S. are very different than what you do in my home country. So for example, you drive on the right side of the road here. But one of the bigger differences that I've found living in the U.S. is that learning the imperial system has been very hard for me. As you see, the U.S. is the only first-world country that doesn't use the metric system, which means when you first move here, you have to learn the imperial system. And it's not just me learning the imperial system, as according to the Migration Policy Institute, 44.5 million people living in the US today are first-generation immigrants. And that means 1 of every 7 people aren't native to the imperial system. So, how hard can it be to learn, right? Well, here's the imperial units for length, mass, and liquid volume. As you can see, there's very little consistency in the units, as all the numbers seem to be chosen by random, and all the units have different names. See, imagine if you didn't have a formal education, or English wasn't your first language. You'd need a dictionary and a calculator to effectively convert in this system. Well, this is where the metric system comes in to fix it and make it much better. As you can see, all you need to do to convert between the units here is to either times or divide by 10. And all the units are changed with a base unit and just a prefix. So in order to be fluent in the metric system, all you need to know is those base units and the prefixes, which makes it much easier to pick up and understand quickly. To give an example here, imagine, say, you joined a band or a symphony, right? And you had to learn a first song for the first time. So what would you rather learn? Something simple like hot cross buns, or something very complex like Beethoven's Fifth? It's simple. You'd want something simple because you're doing it for the first time. And if we go back to the map here, there has to be a reason all these countries have picked up the system. It's not out of spite for the US, guys. It's just because it's simple and easy to use. So, how about another example? Let's say you're going to go on a road trip, and you decide you want to go to Canada. How about Montreal? That's a pretty nice city. So you pack your bags, you get your passport, you hop the border, and then when you finally get there, oh my goodness, all the signs are in gibberish. Oh my goodness. If you only knew the imperial system, you'd be stuck. You wouldn't know how to navigate. But if you're using the metric system, you can use one of the benefits of the metric system, is that it has worldwide use. And that means all the units are the same between languages. KM stands for kilometers in both English and French, which means you'd effectively be able to get around the French-speaking province of Quebec. So, besides, it's not like the metric system is completely foreign to the US. You see the metric system many around in your life. For example, if you're paying attention on that road trip, you notice as you got closer to the border, distances would be in both miles and kilometers. Let's look around your normal life. Say, while you were driving up there, if you looked at your speedometer on the inside of the dial, it has the speeds in kilometers per hour. Or maybe when you go to a shop, you go buy your favorite soda, it's in a 2-liter can. So, how can we effectively get all the benefits of the metric system while also keeping 6 out of 7 people in the population happy? Well, we can do it like they do it in Great Britain, where they use both systems, as they teach the metric system in schools and they use it around, but they also keep imperial units for things like speed limits. So, let's say you're driving down the street, Carolina Beach Road, you can have it 55 miles per hour or 90 kilometers per hour. This is an effective compromise because it keeps both parties happy. So, in short, the metric system, it's easy to convert, it has worldwide use, and it's already prevalent in the US. So you've got to start somewhere though. So you can start by learning the prefixes with this easy acronym. King Henry died unexpectedly drinking chocolate milk. This keeps it easy to remember the prefixes for the metric units.